the story that's breaking at the moment. The center has banned 59 Chinese apps, including TikTok, which remember is widely watched. Share It and Hello are the other apps to be banned over data privacy issues. All of this, of course, against the backdrop of what has been happening along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh. The center, in its statement, has accused these apps of diverting data and compromising privacy of users. So a major decision taken by the government, particularly in the context of the highly popular TikTok. It means clearly that the center believes that they could at least compete with China in terms, or send a message to China by targeting these apps. That's the big story that's coming in at the moment. TikTok, Share It, Hello among the banned 59 apps. That is the big story that's breaking at the moment. Remember, the government has been threatening to do this for a while. There have been a lot of concerns being expressed that these apps are being allowed to proliferate. All of them are Chinese owned. Our national affairs editor Rahul Srivastava, who broke that story, joins us at the moment. Rahul, give us a sense of what exactly is the message that India has sent by doing what they have.
Rajdeep, you should realize on the Chinese front, unlike in dealing with Pakistan or any kind of aggression from Pakistan at the borders, vis-a-vis China, the government is not indulging in the same kind of saber rattling or chest beating that we have seen in the past vis-a-vis Pakistan. It has been a more calibrated, more subtle, but visible signals are being sent now by the government, be it the Prime Minister's statement or the actions of the ministries. Just a few days back, the Ministry of Communication had said that BSNL and MTNL upgradation will not be involving Chinese companies. Nothing will be procured from the Chinese companies. Railways acted against the Chinese as far as an old project was concerned. So what one is noticing is that slow and steady, deliberate measures to hurt Chinese interests, business interests in the country are being taken. Now, for TikTok and other apps, which have been blocked by the Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, India was a huge market. And what the government is saying, that there were reports over a certain period of time that data unauthorized manner was being sent out. What is also being said, Rajdeep, that over the last couple of months, there have been tremendous amounts of information technology activity from the Chinese side, looking at not just data vis-a-vis defense-related issues, but also looking at procurement, policies, and several others as a kind of an anticipatory move to siphon off data from India. Also,
but Rahul, it's just not...
North Korean hackers, Pakistani hackers, and Chinese are working in unison. Yes,
but you know, Rahul, it's not just these apps. The Chinese commercial interests, of course, go much deeper than that. There's already been a controversy over how Chinese companies have actually donated even money to the PM CARES Fund. Is the government in this calibrated approach planning to eventually get to a stage where even large Chinese companies with investments in India are targeted in some manner?
No, Rajdeep, I don't think that the government can act in a manner, because on several projects, say for example, large infrastructure projects, which are funded by agencies like World Bank, ABB, ADB and others, there are certain no discrimination clauses involved. But when it comes to large investments, Rajdeep, it's a kind of a surgery which is very difficult to create. And that is why I think if you notice TikTok and others being banned and several other moves by the government, I think the government is using the kind of infamy that China has gained during COVID-19 and the aggression at the borders. It is using to push Atmanirbhar Bharat in a slightly more aggressive way now. What the government through these moves is using is the public sentiment against Chinese goods, Chinese apps and others to push in its own agenda. That at a time when the government has not really opened up the purse strings for industry and laborers and others, at that time Atmanirbhar Bharat needs a certain degree of nationalistic fervor. And I think all these moves are largely aimed at creating signals and kind of a mental social stimuluses. And that is why this TikTok issue, Rajdeep, is very interesting. 6 months back, the government couldn't have done it because TikTok is very popular even in villages. But today, with a sentiment against Chinese goods, Chinese apps, at a slight high, the government has gone ahead and do it. I think this issue of timing and what all is being hit is very critical in it.
You know, I'm also joined at this moment by Jiten Jain, cyber expert, who's been, in a sense, engaged in this debate over how far can you go to take on Chinese apps. Jiten Jain, is this a step forward? Can you really execute this? Is this really possible in today's cyber world?
Razib, it is possible, but you know what we were lacking was the political will to do it. I think this should have been done 5 years back. You know, we were falling into a trap and it was becoming a vicious cycle. It was, you know, the more you allow more customers or users to join these apps, it becomes more difficult because, you know, there is a public sentiment in favor of this app. There are influencers who make business out of these apps. So, you know, what government has done today is primarily for two things. I think it is a clear answer to China for what the censorship they did on the Prime Minister's statement and the Embassy of India statement. I think the message has been sent to China that you cannot censor a sovereign. Censoring a sovereign like a Prime Minister of India on the Chinese platforms, if you do that, you will have to face even bigger censorship.
But Jiten, TikTok is hugely popular. TikTok is hugely popular in this country. Given that popularity that exists, and given, as you said, those who are already influencing public opinion through TikTok, how easy is it purely in terms of government's technology to just simply ban these apps starting today?
Razib, look, India today we did a huge story with India today when we had submitted a report to the government of India a couple of months back, where we found thousands of videos were uploaded on TikTok from Pakistan, basically targeting and instigating Indian Muslims not to follow lockdown advisories. And it was a complete Pakistan ploy to create divisions in society. Now, why TikTok is important? Because this is the same app which, owned by a Chinese company called ByteDance. They run a parallel version of the similar app in China, and on that version, you cannot even upload a single video related to COVID-19 or criticism of government or any, which disturbs communal harmony in China. So they follow different standards and paradigms in China. They have different standards here, and they have running a commercial business. Now, since they were not having their own any self-censorship policy, and there are companies like Huawei and Weibo which have been accused of espionage, government has gone. Hello, Razib, your voice is not coming.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, so then there are other companies in the list like, Huawei, Xiaomi, their apps which have been accused of espionage by governments across the world, especially in US. So I think what is happening today is, in this entire accusations of espionage, and that too when you are facing an armed conflict on the border. So government has, taken up, have bited the bullet, and they've gone for a complete ban because any sort of regulation.
I'm getting in more reactions at the moment. Let me also get in the BJP's IT cell chief Amit Malviya. Mr. Malviya, TikTok has been used also by political parties, including presumably yours. Do you believe that this ban is sustainable? And what's the message being sent?
Razib, first of all, the Bharatiya Janata Party does not use TikTok. Neither of our state units or any other entity uses the platform. As far as this ban is concerned, clearly the government has spelled out its reasons for doing so. But I think the context of this ban would be lost on the conflict that we've just seen in Galwan, where the Indian army has overwhelmed the Chinese, and the verdict on that is out. The message is loud and clear. India is not going to take it lying down. We are a self-respecting sovereign country. If you cross limits with us, we know how to train, whether it's the Dragon or our neighbors on the west frontier.
This is sustainable? You believe this is a sustainable ban given TikTok's popularity in the country?
Well, there are a lot of things that are very popular and perhaps addictive. That doesn't mean that they are also good. And if the country has come together the way it has, then I don't see any reason why this question should even be raised at this point in time.
Okay, let's leave it there. Clearly, this is going to be a big story in the days to come. India has struck at Chinese apps. 59 of them, including the highly popular TikTok, have been banned. Thanks very much for joining us there, to all our guests.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.